Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're customizing the Vapid Dominator GTX in Grand Theft Auto Online. This car is kinda interesting. Now it is on sale this week for 40% off, and today is the last day that you will be able to get this thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started customizing the Vapid Dominator GTX. This car is an interesting one. I feel like this is around the time when Rockstar kind of stopped making like GTA versions of real life cars. This is like probably one of the last cars that's like, it's obviously based off of a Mustang, but it's not quite a Mustang, you know? Like, especially like the new Dominator GT that came out, that is like pretty much a one-to-one copy of a Mustang. So this kind of marks an interesting time for Rockstar and real life cars and copyright and everything like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and start off with the armor. We're going all the way up on that. Next up, we got the brakes. We're going to go all the way up on those as well. Engine tunes, we're going to go all the way up on top of that. And for the transmission, all the way up. And the turbo, let's go ahead and do that as well. Next up, we got the front bumper options. For the front bumper options, we have a couple different things we can do. We can go for the carbon extender. We got the secondary extender, primary extender. Maybe the secondary extender. I feel like we could maybe do something with that. Let's go for the secondary extender on that. For the brace bar for the engine, we can actually go for a few different options here. I kind of like the mid-weight racing strut brace. We're going to go for that option today. For the exhaust, we have the rally exhaust, carbon rally exhaust. We got the dual big bore exhaust. We got those in carbon as well. We got these ones. These are really ugly exhausts in my opinion. I don't like those at all. I don't like those either. Honestly, stock is like the best looking exhaust on this car. I feel like I'm gonna keep it stock, to be honest. It's just, I don't know, it's just not worth changing it for me. This car also has a bit of a wide body kit that you can do to it, but unfortunately it looks completely stupid because the wheels are still stuck in the fender line. So yeah, we're not going to go for any of these options here. This would be a really good car to have if you wanted to try to make like the ugliest car possible. This would be a great one because some of these options are absolutely hideous. Like, chrome body arches. Are you kidding me? Those are disgusting looking. Anyways, for the grille, we have a few different options here. We got the Roadster grille. We got that in carbon as well. We also have the tuner grille, the carbon tuner grille, sports grille, the chrome sports grille. We have the Shark grill as well, and the carbon Shark grill. I also have the grinder grill and that in carbon as well. Honestly, I feel like the Shark grill in carbon is kind of a cool look for this thing. I'm gonna go for that. I typically wouldn't, but I think for today it's kind of okay. Now for these hood options, we have a few different ones here. I feel like the vented hood scoop is kind of interesting looking. The performance hood's also kind of nice. The rally spec hood is also kind of decent. The vanity hood, I'm not a fan of those. But as far as these go, I feel like the rally spec hood is probably the one I'm going to go for today. I feel like it's kind of the best looking one. So we'll do that. For the headlights, we will go xenon, and then for the neon kit, we will go front, back, and sides on that, just to lower the center of gravity ever so slightly. We also have the Vapid mud guards that we can put on this thing. Not a fan of those. I don't really know why you'd put mud guards, especially on this car, but anyways, yellow and black for the plate, of course. For the rear panel, we can go for a secondary rear panel, a carbon rear panel, or a blacked rear panel. I feel like the blacked rear panel isn't a bad look. Let's go for that option today. Might as well. Let's try something new. For the respray on this car, I did have something in mind that I was kind of curious to try out, but I don't think that it's going to work out the way that I was hoping it would work out. So yeah, honestly, I feel like it's looking kind of good in all of these sort of colors. I feel like the Shadow Silver is damn near the new Dark Horse Mustang color. Like if it had like sort of like a satin PPF on it or something like that, I feel like it could look actually pretty close. So we'll go for that, and then I guess we'll go. Did I go Shadow Silver primary? Hang on, I gotta check this. Okay, I did. Okay, but yeah, we'll do that primary and secondary. Might as well, I guess. That front bumper option though, maybe I should change that. There's no black version of that? No? Okay, well, wait, what? Why does it look so different in primary versus secondary? That is so weird. That's not the primary color at all that I chose. That is so weird. Okay, maybe we'll just keep it stock then, low-key. Like, I don't know. Or secondary. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave it for right now. We'll come back to that. For the roof, we got the stripped roof. Okay, so instead of like the inset roof there, we have the carbon stripped roof, we have the sticker bum roof, we got the sports roof, interesting looking. Also have the racing roof, the performance roof, we have the secondary performance roof, carbon performance, race vents, we have the Mark 1 roof scoop, Mark 2 roof scoop, we have that in carbon as well. We got some vortex generators. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. For the roof, honestly, stock looks really good in my opinion. I'm kind of tempted to just keep stock. Yeah, like stock is pretty good looking. I feel like I'm gonna leave it stock. That's fine with me. For the side skirts on this thing though, we will take a quick look here and see what we can actually do. What the hell is that? Mark 1 ram bar? What are we doing here, Rockstar? Bro. I feel like the stock skirts actually match up with the car pretty well. I might just keep them, and I might just keep the front stock splitter, honestly. For the spoiler options on this car, we have a lot of options, and not many of them are very good looking, I'm kind of feeling like. We have a roof spoiler? Oh my god. Okay. As far as the spoiler options go, I feel like this is by far the best looking one, and it's not really close. We could go for like the GTD though, the new Mustang GTD. That's kind of the spoiler that it uses, but no, we're gonna go for the sports spoiler. I think it's kind of the only way to go. For the suspension, I will lower it, but only to lowered suspension. I feel like it's fine there. For the wheels, I think I'm gonna go for, I actually just unlocked the Forged Star wheels, and I'm kind of curious to try them out, so let's go for those. I'll put them on the car. We'll do them in a black. We'll also go for bulletproof tires. They're already on. Windows, let's do some dark smoke, and I think we'll call that a day. I feel like this is looking nice, so let's take it outside and we will do a sound test and a quick review on the Dominator GTX. So let's quickly just take a listen here. So it kind of sounds like most of the other Dominators in GTA Online, like nothing too crazy. However, the Dominator GTX is a car that I would definitely not recommend buying. And I have a very simple reason for that, and I know I'm pretty early in the review to be telling you guys just don't even bother, but honestly, this car has pissed me off so much in the past that I'm just going to tell you don't bother right away, because this thing has engine resistance. Now, engine resistance basically makes it so that cars will sit at the top of their rev range and it will take them a few extra seconds to change gears, but it results in cars having much lower top speeds and having much worse acceleration. This thing is a car that suffers strongly from this. Same with the Jester Classic, that is another one. However, I have not seen a car that is as bad as the Vapid Dominator GTX before in GTA Online. So this thing is like especially terrible. Actually, I take that back. The Vapid LE is also absolutely awful, just like the Dominator GTX. So they're both completely terrible, and I wouldn't recommend buying either of those cars. Now, the result of this, though, is that the Dominator GTX actually has pretty exceptional handling for the muscle car category, and despite the fact that it's so slow, this thing actually used to be able to put up numbers in muscle car circuit races, because a lot of the muscle car circuits, particularly the stunt race ones in GTA Online, they're very twisty, and this thing does have pretty good handling. That is the one thing that I will say about it, that it's positive, but that's all you're going to hear from me about positivity towards the Vapid Dominator GTX. Actually, it's not. I also think this thing looks pretty good. I think it's a cool looking car. I think it's got nice customization. I feel like it had so much potential, and I think that's why it stings so hard that it sucks. Like, it stings extra hard that this thing is so bad, because it has potential. Like, it could have been an awesome car. It could have been maybe the best muscle car in the game for a number of years, but unfortunately, because of the engine resistance and everything like that, it's just trash. And as you guys can see right here, like, in most cars I would be flying right now, but in the Dominator GTX, like, kind of like barely moving, to be real. Like, this thing, it does not feel that fast. Like, in comparison to like most cars in GTA, I feel like most cars would be going faster than this. I think that some really early game sports cars probably have a higher top speed than this thing, like the Sultan, for example, that you can steal off the street. If you fully upgraded that versus fully upgrading this, I think the Sultan could beat this thing in a straight line, like, easily. So The GTX is a huge disappointment. Please do not buy it. Please save your money. This thing is garbage, and it's so unfortunate because it had so much potential. So rest in peace, Dominator GTX. You could have been great, but Rockstar completely screwed you. So very unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. That's pretty much it for my Dominator GTX customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.